Hi, it's Amanda here from DLG. I had the privilege to meet this studio of three at FanExpo Vancouver after a very long quest of trying to find video games in a Fan Expo space. But I could instantly feel their chemistry and their vision for this game as I played the demo at the expo. They had a PC and a Steam Deck, and what really stood out to me was the haptic feedback, the fantastic level design, and the absolutely beautiful handcrafted artwork that created this world. So I was intrigued. Now, full disclosure, I am not the biggest platformer or a metroidvania player. I'd go as far to say I suck at these kind of games. However, with my relatively newly acquired Steam Deck a little over a year ago, but still new, definitely a genre that I am certainly interested in getting back into because I do feel like this genre in a game like this truly shines with a controller and being able to be on the go with the Steam Deck. So that being said, I love a good story and I love art. And so to see a game nailing all three of these in the early stages and it runs so smoothly on a Steam Deck has got me excited. So what is Thrive? Thrive is a metroidvania precision platformer game, but really, it's a magical adventure about a garden restoration project between a girl named Sophia and her very sweet little grandmother. That isn't all though, as she interacts with an entire greenhouse of colorful characters to also try to solve the mystery of why her grandfather's gone. This wholesome hell, as the developers have described it to me, will absolutely encourage you to keep trying, fail, try again, learn, and repeat, and then you will grow through the story that is Thrive. This is some of the footage that I've obtained while playtesting their latest build, which at the end of this interview, I can show you how yes, you sitting right there, I see you can also playtest this demo yourself and get your hands planted into the beginning of this game and journey. I promise you the team and the community are really sweet and welcoming, and they are building something beautiful that we all have the opportunity to actually be involved in. So I had to get to know this game, where Hakoon Games even comes from, and the experiences that they've had while making a video game for the very first time. We sat down in this interview to talk about life, gardening, a little bit of cats, taking big leaps into the unknown, and what it takes to truly thrive in a world that is filled and saturated with video games. So I hope you can enjoy this interview and stick around afterwards if you'd like to learn how you too can be part of this garden and try the game out for yourself and play. Welcome to the DL Gaming Podcast. Joining me today is the developers from Hakoon Games, and we're talking about Thrive, a platforming adventure featuring a young girl, and with the help of her parents, some umbrellas, some beautiful little cute critters, and nature, she explores a beautiful and artistic world. So thank you so much for meeting me today, guys, and if we could just get started, kind of for the listener, the viewer, would you mind introducing yourselves and describe what kind of role you have with making this game? We'll start with you, Gabby.
All right. I'm Gabriela, but you can call me Gabby or BB. That's how my grandma calls me, but only her calls me that. So I don't know. I am the main artist and the co-director of the game. And yeah, that's me.
Yep. Well, I'm Philippe. I am the art director and game designer and animator of the project. Been working with games for a while, but this is the first time I'm doing our own project, like my own project, let's say. It's not only mine, right? It's ours, but our first time that I'm not working for somebody else, for another company, making a game.
Hello, guys. I'm Lucas. I'm the programmer of the Thrive. Yes. And I'm a little shy.
That's okay. We all are a little bit.
Yeah, I think that comes with the nature of playing video games, right? Like, don't let my charisma fool you. I'm also quite shy and get nervous, but it's okay. What's exciting to me is that I love seeing groups that have been such a good friends and have such a good chemistry come together and make things. So obviously with being friends for over a decade, I'm kind of curious, how did the three of you meet? And where did Hakoon Games come from, or the Hakoon in Hakoon Games?
So Lucas and I, we know each other from like childhood. We pretty much grew up together. And Gabby, I got to know her at work a long time ago. 14 years ago that we know, and we've been together since then. So we've been together for 13 years. And Lucas, like Gabby and I were living here in Vancouver already. Lucas was finishing his college in Toronto, and he was alone there during pandemic. And I was like, "Hey, we have
Dark
space here.
times.
Yeah,
Crazy times. Yeah.
we have space here. Come to Vancouver. Let's spend some time with us." And then after a while, we started like working on the game. Like Lucas actually was the one who was like, "Hey, we kind of have a studio at home, right?" I was like, yeah. And then that's how it started. And the Hakoon from Hakoon Games is actually the way Brazilians say raccoon.
That is the
Yeah,
it's the way like we would
we pronounce.
phonetically say like raccoon, but we
Yeah.
would say Hakoon.
Yeah.
So that's basically it's just
If
a little
you're
Easter
talking
egg.
yeah. If you're talking to a Brazilian who doesn't know English very well, like, and you ask them to read raccoon, they would say Hakoon. So that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
That's cute. What inspired you to pick a raccoon though to kind of symbolize the studio?
Because
Honestly, I don't
go
know.
for it.
They're cute. For me, at least, when we were choosing the name, we're like they're really cute. I love raccoons. The first time I saw one was when we moved here in Canada. I don't know. There's no raccoons in Brazil, so I fell in love with them. I don't know. They're just silly little guys. They're chubby and beautiful.
They are, and there's so many around here. You got to be careful when you're
Yes.
camping, though. They're gonna steal your
yeah.
stuff.
Yes. Yes.
They're smart.
And we had Waffles in the game already, which is one of the characters, and he's a
Yeah.
raccoon. And like he's one of the characters who plays the game like really likes it. So I don't
Whoever
know.
plays, right?
Gabby made like a logo pretty quick with him, and it kind of sticked. And that was how it chose the name.
Yeah, we didn't think a lot about it. It was just like we needed a name.
We did think a lot. You guys don't remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We did
Okay.
think a
I
lot.
still
We
have
had
like a little notebook with all the names, but
Yeah, because we had like a huge pool of terrible names, and then like no name is good, and then suddenly raccoons. Like, okay, that's it.
There was stuff related to coffee, monkeys. I don't remember what else.
I
But
don't
then
know.
someone said raccoon, and I think I was the one who said like raccoon, but if we spell as we would say in Portuguese. That was pretty much it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me think of one of my other questions I had for you all, actually, which is, what seed planted Thrive, so to say? Like, was it that you sat down and you were like, we want to make a video game, and so then you came up with Thrive, or was there something that you saw here in Vancouver or just kind of in life that inspired you to be like, I want to make a video game out of that?
I'd say a mix of all the things you said, actually. Like we really like hiking and stuff. We haven't done in a little while, but like it's something that we fell in love once we get here. I always liked outdoors and stuff, but back in Brazil, I've never done much because I didn't have a car there to drive far away. And like here we started doing that, and like we fell in love. Like there's so many beautiful places here, so that was one point of inspiration for the game. The other one, I love platformers, and I always wanted to sort of like make a platformer. And after playing Celeste, and Super Meat Boy, I was really inspired by a platformer with no enemies, where like the level design is so clever that you don't need combat to have fun. It's just the movement and making the right moves pretty much to beat the level or solve the puzzle. And Gabby really likes gardening.
Yeah.
So the theme of the game come from that. Like we wanted to make something where both of us would enjoy it. And the project like not the project, like the idea of the project started like way back in 2020, I would say, like with another friend, and it stayed dormant. And then once Lucas brought the idea of like making our own game like years later, I was like, hey, we have this idea, maybe we can go from this. And that was pretty much it.
Hmm.
That's awesome, though. And then, like, it's so great to pull from so many inspirations and stuff. I wanted to ask as well, starting with Gabby, but also Philippe, I want to hear your thoughts too. But starting with Gabby, if we can get a little bit behind the canvas and paint, so to say, of the process of the art. Like, art, obviously, this game is very artistic and incredibly beautiful and well made as well. And I know that you're quite the artist yourself. So, do you mind walking us a little bit through maybe kind of what your process is when it comes to sitting down and producing art?
Yes, so this is my first game. So Felipe is the one that have experience working with games. So our process is basically I start with a very rough sketch, and it's just an idea, and then I send to him, I show him, and then there's a little back and forth, mostly with colors, because it's something uh, that for game, at least for a platformer, is a little bit different because the game needs to be clear to the person who is playing, right? Like they need to know, well, I can step on that, or I cannot go to that place. So that is just like background. So that's all of this is very new for me. So we usually there's a little back and forth, and he helps me with the colors, and that's it basically. Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I'm still learning. Like this is the first time I'm working with pixel art as well, so I'm studying every day and learning new things every day, and yeah, there's not much secret behind it.
What's
Very
your
humble.
what's your medium of choice? Like, what do you normally
Oh,
like to
I
use?
use Asaprite, I think is the name, is the program for pixel art. And for sketching, I usually use Photoshop. And when I have my tablet on hands, I use Procreate if I have an idea. But I'm trying to use Affinity a lot lately because this now is free. So
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah, no, definitely want to use the free stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. What kind of inspires you for your art as well? Like,
Uh, Mostly, I think mostly movies and animations because I didn't grow up with like playing video games. My family never, I think they never played a video game in their life, so we didn't have any consoles at home. So I grew up watching a lot of Disney 2D animations, the classics, and I like by the time I was like 15, I used to watch a lot of anime as well. So that's have a lot of influence on my art, definitely.
A lot of Ghibli.
yeah.
Ghibli,
Oh,
yeah, Ghibli.
Ghibli,
I
yeah.
don't, yeah, yeah, I don't know. And in Brazil we say Ghibli, but I think I know it's Ghibli or something.
no, I could see some of that inspiration too in the artwork that you've created with Thrive, and it's very well done and it's very
Thank
cute.
you.
What about you, Felipe? What inspires you with your art and kind of designing
Uh,
the art in this game?
a little bit of everything. Like I'm really, really inspired by the cartoons I grew up watching. Like in Brazil, we had like a lot of reruns of Looney Tunes, Disney animations as well. So I'm really influenced by that. Like Pixar, I freaking love Pixar movies. So that I think, yeah, I think you can see a lot of that in the animations in the game. I try to put not that I try, but it comes naturally. Like it's my main source of inspiration. But there's also some anime stuff that inspires me to make the animation. And the visuals overall, it's mostly Gabby. Like the style of the game is it's Gabby. Like she's the heart and soul of the art. And I always loved Gabby's art, and I always wanted to make like a project with her. And then once we started, like was it's natural that the all the style comes from her. I just help to connect things, mostly with colors, as she mentioned. Like, I don't usually interfere much on the design of something unless it really doesn't fit the purpose of the game design, right? Like, everything that is made for the game needs to fit the game design. So things as like colors, as she was saying, we try to have a lot of care with what is evident to the player that they can step, that is interactable, what is not. So background and foreground, pretty much. And I think that's it. Like, and I fully trust Gabby with the art.
Oh, thank you.
As I mentioned, like, I just help connect the pieces.
So yeah, and then I mean, all of you guys working together is going to obviously showcase that in such a great game, right? Is there anything that inspires you, Lucas, when you're creating and programming and coding in the game?
Yeah, the coding is like, I'm glad that stays a little bit hidden. No, but like, I like the idea of building something out of like not a lot, and I don't know, I could be like working for places that are not as fun as building a game, and I would not feel as happy as I am right now. So I think that is like a major thing
Yeah,
about doing
absolutely.
a game. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of autonomy and freedom, and then working with people that you really like, that you already have this relationship with. I mean, that's priceless, you know? I think that what you guys have built so far, it's just like so poetic, like to call it Thrive, to have it be so much about gardening, it's growing. You're really kind of growing something from essentially from scratch and from something that is just purely what the three of you are building together and planting that seed. So you've mentioned before that this is obviously your very first video game, but what things have you found while making this that you were kind of like, oh, I remember from, you know, maybe past jobs or maybe past life experiences, like moving to Vancouver? Has there been like anything in your experiences that kind of can be seen through the way that you've made Thrive? That makes
Like
sense.
for
First,
me,
yeah.
like for
Yeah.
me, like for me, I was basically there's a little bit of I think of my childhood, kind of like I grew up going to family farms, and my grandpa had a farm as well. So I have really good memories of like running around, like chasing the chickens or feeding the pigs and petting the cows, and that's a lot of like really good memories. I also have a scar, like a big scar, that I every time I every time I look at it, I remember like this really good moment. I don't remember like as a sad thing. I remember as a really good thing that it was a really happy like moment for me. Yeah. So I try to.
What about past jobs?
Oh, past jobs. I don't know. Because I did freelance stuff, a lot of freelance, but it's very, I think it's very different from what I do right now. And I also had a lot of like part-time jobs that there's nothing about like nothing related to get making games, so I don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabby has a graph graphical design background.
Background. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it translates a lot what she does. Well, she, she was always good with the illustrations, and the design stuff really helps with the UI, I would say,
Oh, that.
for
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
she has an eye for that I don't have, or I don't care as much, I would say, as her. And especially when we are doing PowerPoint presentations or whatever for
Oh,
pitching the game,
I didn't think about that.
she,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
she is
I
way
see.
ahead of me on that. Like,
I see
she,
now.
yeah, you do have a lot of
Okay,
skills that
yes.
you transfer to the game.
The
That's true. That's
PowerPoint's
true.
much bigger in game in game making than
It's
you
just
think
things
of.
I
Oh,
we
it's,
don't
yeah,
think a lot, I think, I guess. But
it's a
yeah, it
big
makes
part.
sense.
It's a big part of the
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
of
and
the
like
stuff we
getting
have
it
to do.
out there and like getting people to see, especially in this world with how many games are out there and stuff too. That's
Oh yeah.
huge. So yeah, like
Yeah.
that's great skills. What about you, Lucas?
Oh, from like uh I would think about like the coziness the game brings. It kind of like reminds me kind of like a nostalgic feeling about family because we were like all living with a bunch of people back in Brazil, and then you come to a foreign country. There is family here, but not as much as we used to have back there.
Mm.
So I guess that feeling of coziness the game brings, it's really nice.
Absolutely.
And from past jobs, I would say I don't know. There's a bunch of things that you like building throughout your career that you just like pull it up to the game as you need it. I was like before working on this game, I was working on a combat game, and I think like we still have some stuff from that as well. Like we have some like frame data that has never been used, but and it probably never will, but it's in the game.
Yeah, and it's experience
Somewhere.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Felipe?
So for me, well, it was two questions, right? One, things that we didn't foresee or didn't expect, I believe, and then the transferable skills. So one thing that I didn't foresee, I I expected but didn't think it would be so bad was that um, the administrative part of it,
Oh,
Mm.
which
that's overwhelming for sure.
it's quite
Mhm.
overwhelming, especially going through the CMF funding. Like, it's good that going through this helped us to realize, to think about making the game as a business from the start, and that taught us a lot of stuff. And I confess I underestimated a little bit the work that it would take for us to establish an art style, because even that is Gabby's art style, we needed to translate that art style to the game. Gabby has a very like pastel like color style, and we needed to make like a little bit more vibrant and pop for the game. Also balance what works for the background, what is too much, what is too little, what
Yeah.
works in favor to make things in the front pop even more, that kind of stuff. And then from past inspirations and work experience, like it's really similar to Gabby and Lucas. Like, I grew up like going to farms and stuff because my grandma and grandpa had like a farm as well. So I grew up like on a not didn't grow up on it, but like grew up going to a coffee plantation farm. Um, and um, and yeah, like from past work experience, I've been working with games for a while, so there's a lot of stuff that transfer. Nothing that I do on Thrive has anything to do with my past experience with games. Like, I'm a 3D artist, character artist. Well, the character stuff, it's it translates. Like,
Yeah.
it's transferable, and I think the art vision maybe, but everything I do for the in the project is like game design I've never done before. Animations, I was always enthusiastic of animations, but never done before. Pixel art, never done before. So it's learning a lot of stuff as well, which keep things fresh. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys, I know I didn't put this in our notes before, but this inspired me while we're talking about it. How do you guys prevent kind of like a burnout or like kind of keep the drive going? Because it's a lot to learn so much, to do so much. So like kind of
Don't.
started. You don't? Oh no!
We
Spoiler
are burned
alert.
out right now.
Yeah.
Felipe's hiding like 7 coffees next to him, right?
It's like shaking.
I didn't take coffee today, actually.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
is there anything that kind of does help the drive, or is it just the passion behind that this is the first game that you guys are creating?
Well, for me personally, is I love working on it, especially when I'm working with animations and the game design. I do have a lot of fun, and I have a problem with that because I tend to overwork. But
Yeah, we
for
don't know how to
me,
when to stop, right?
yeah, but for me at the same time, it doesn't. when I'm doing those stuff, it doesn't feel like work per se, because it feels, I have the same feeling that I had when I was a kid, and I would just draw for the sake of drawing because I wanted to draw something, you know. So for me, it's similar to that. But yeah, the some other aspects are not as
So fun.
fun, but yeah, so it's a balance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same for me. Like all the administrative work is a little heavy, but I when I'm like doing the illustrations and I don't know, I get lost in it and just I don't know, I lose track of time sometimes when I'm illustrating for the game. So yeah,
Yeah, that
I don't know.
definitely keeps the passion going for sure. Do you think it's
Yeah.
similar as well, Lucas? You had mentioned earlier that you like your coworkers and the work that you're doing, so that probably helps a bit too, right?
Yeah, and I think because we don't have like, since we are our own like bosses, we can like kind of, okay, this task is not happening. I would just like switch, and there's like no major massive problem about it. So we can kind of like juggle things, and of course, there's a moment that task has to be made, but like this wiggle room is makes it feel like less overwhelming, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
quite
good.
it's quite different of like working for like a bigger company with like lots of people to report or something like that. So, and I think, well, I'll speak to myself, but I think every that I believe the three of us like enjoyed the game that we are making, you know. So
Yes.
it's not like we are working on a game that we don't like, or like we take the decisions together. Like the ideas come like from a mix of the three of us. Like the majority, like as the game designer, like come from me, but like story, it's a lot me and Gabby. I take a lot of input from Lucas as well. So it's a nice collaboration, and we enjoy the game. I believe everybody
Yes,
does.
we do.
And I mean, as just even briefly kind of seeing your guys' booth and checking out at FanExpo Vancouver, like I could feel that you guys have enjoyed making this game. Like, I don't know, you can feel the joy in it, and you can definitely feel the magic in it. And I feel like I can sense that. Like, as soon as I went to HakoonGames.com and saw your guys' website and saw the magic that you brought to the game and the website, it was just like, it makes perfect sense of how much you enjoy it and how much that reads to the player as well, to let you guys know it does. It reads to the player how much you're enjoying playing this game. I'm kind of curious as well, like, you know, why the type of magic you've kind of put into the game the way that is. It feels very like whimsical and more of like a sorcery, like arcana kind of magic, or maybe druid kind of magic. Like, is there a reason behind that, or that's just kind of what felt natural for you guys?
I think that's what kind of felt natural.
Yeah.
I love simple stories that are very well told. So like having like the magic and not needing a lot of explanation for this like felt right. You know, we don't want to go into a deep lore like,
Yeah.
so it's almost like that type of magic is natural in the world, and that's it, you know. It's the first time that we are writing a full story for a game as well, so I think that's easier than going on a sci-fi, for example, where you need, you know, a lot more care with what can be done, or, you know, explaining stuff. I think that's it, and then it's kind of like a silly thing as well. So
Yeah,
uh,
I think we discussed like earlier as well, like the like magic in a way, like the way like a child see the world as well, and children believe in magic and have hope, and there's innocence, and I don't know, they are bright beings, and I think we want to translate that in this kind of magic, you know, like how they see this colorful world, and yeah, we kind of put it a bit of like this meaning on it as well. So
Feel like you really see it with like the umbrella, it feels very magical in a way. And it makes a lot of sense that you'd open up the umbrella and you could glide with it. But so mechanically it's nice, but there is this like whimsical magic around it. And so I think you guys did such a great job with that. I have a very important, serious question though for the team. It's HR related. And so I know, I know you can't show favoritism because that's against the HR code, but I saw that on your website that your HR consultants and people is Camelo and Lana, right? Am I saying their names correctly? Yeah. When you walk into the room, which one greets you first? Which one gives you the cuddles?
It depends.
It depends.
Only because like caramel, like I would say Caramelo, but I usually say Caramello. But Caramelo, he is my stalker, so he will stay in my office. So I'll see him always first. But Lana, she stays on Felipe's office.
Ah.
Yeah. She's more attached to me. But Caramello is the more talkative.
Yeah.
So usually he greets us in the morning, but she always go to Gabby first. He used me as a step first, just to get to her.
Like, get out of the way. Hi, Gabby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's so cute. Like, he stays with me like the whole day. Usually on my table, because I have a little like I don't know, a little space for him. But usually every time I get up to get water or I don't know, go to the washroom, when I come back, he's always on my chair because he loves my chair. So he's in my chair right now, by the way. I'm standing.
Yeah.
I'm standing right now. It's his chair actually. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can show him like a little bit.
Oh yeah. And for our listeners who are like, oh my gosh, who are we talking about? We're talking about cats. Oh, he's so cute.
That's Caramello.
Oh, Caramello. He's so
He's like,
cute.
he's the boss.
Yes.
Oh, I scared him. Sorry.
He was snoozing.
Oh yeah. So that's Caramello. But yeah, it's just like our little professional cuddlers. So it's always good to have them like
I think
around.
so too. Absolutely. I had to shut my door because I've got 3 cats myself and they would be all over the desk and going crazy. I will send you guys pictures of them, but I was like, I had to shut the door in case they interrupt, but I totally get that. Lucas, do you get any HR time, any important HR meetings?
I used to, not so much right now. But I definitely prefer Lana. Caramello's just too spoiled. Too spoiled.
He's too spoiled.
He's too spoiled, I guess.
Maybe.
The boss chair, yeah. That's so cute. I really appreciate you guys meeting with me. And I've got another question of just kind of what's something that you would like the audience or somebody who has never played not only this type of game, but has never played Thrive to know? We'll start with Gabby.
I think you get if you don't usually play platformers or precision platformers with I don't know or metroidvanias, I think you'll be surprised maybe about the gameplay, and I don't know. I don't know. I'll give you the room for Felipe.
Well, like Gabby said, like if you're not a huge platformer player, but you are maybe drawn by the art style, the animations, we are building this game to be as I forgot the name.
Approachable.
Oh my God. Approachable. Was not the accessible.
Accessible.
As much accessible as possible. So it's a precision platformer and a Metroidvania. Precision platformers tend to push people away because of the difficulty. We know that, and we felt that when we play tested the game for the first time with friends. So we decided to make the game with 3 levels of difficulty that completely adapts the level design to the player's either preference, level of skill, or even mood. You can change the difficulty at any time. So there's a lot in the game that also incentivizes player to try harder levels, harder difficulties, so they can, slowly improve. And we are making the game with a lot of love, a lot of dedication. We want to make like a full experience, good game design, good levels, good art, good audio. And yeah, soon we will release the demo for people to play. And the people interested, they can join our Discord channel. We're gonna make the demo available there, and I think that's it. It has a
Yeah.
cozy vibe, but not as much as a cozy
A
gameplay.
little,
But
yeah. It looks cozy, but it's a little nightmare. But
we have been saying a wholesome hell.
yeah.
Wholesome hell, I love that. Yeah. What about you, Lucas? Is there anything that you would like the viewer or listener to know about Thrive?
I think Philippe said everything. Yeah. Like them to know that the game was made with a lot of effort, a lot of heart, and I hope they liked it.
I think that's going to read. I think a wholesome hell is a great tagline as well, actually. So I've got one more bonus question, which isn't related to Thrive, but I like to know, and I like to talk to the people that are behind making the games. We're all human, right? And so it's always good to know. So I'm kind of curious. Obviously, there's a lot that you guys are working on, very busy with a lot doing the game, but personally in your lives, kind of what's next? Like the weather's getting a little bit better. You mentioned a little bit about hiking. You're going to get out and hiking a little bit more, or what's next for you personally? I'll start with you, Lucas.
I'm definitely excited about the sun, and I need to get some sun. Hopefully going to the beach a couple times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
What about you, Felipe?
Well, we always go like during spring, summer, either doing some hikes or going for like a day on the lake on the weekend. Like we love Cota's Lake. The going to the beach as well, to White Rock, and I don't know, just going around. There's a lot of places to explore in BC, and we love here. So yeah, there's a lot to do.
Absolutely.
There's a lot to do. Yeah, I'm excited for the sun as well. Because we always go, I don't know, just go to the beach and enjoy the sun, and then I like to just do nothing. just like lay there in the grass and do nothing is really good. Yeah, and just read a book and I don't know, do something fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds so lovely.
We were actually talking about going to maybe Tofino, get to know Tofino.
Yes, I need to. Yeah, we need to because everybody says a lot of nice things about Tofino, so maybe we'll work on it.
Yeah, I haven't been there. We'll have to share recommendations if you guys are down for hikes and different beaches and stuff. I'm also new here too, so I'm like, I can't wait to explore a bunch of stuff as well too. Hikes.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, where you come from?
I'm originally from the States. I'm coming from
nice.
and like over by Detroit. I actually grew up going to Toronto a lot and Windsor. And so, but then moved to Seattle and then finally just came up from the States. So
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, awesome. Well, thank you guys very much again for your hard work and your art and this video game meeting with me and sharing with our listeners the magical story of a cute little girl and her grandparents and the game Thrive.
Yes.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you so much.
Hi again. Thank you so much for watching the interview. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in joining the playtest and checking out this game yourself, head on over to hakoongames.com, which we'll put the link for that in the description of the show today. So you're going to head on over to hakoongames.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, select the Discord button, which will link you to their Discord. And then this way, once you join their Discord, you can see lots of things there. They've got information, announcements. There's even some dumpster fire memes that you can add in there, some creative things as well. And overall, it's a really nice and interactive community. But what you're really looking for when you want to play that demo is over in the middle. There's a thing called Project Thrive. And underneath that is play the demo. That's the link you want. That's the one you're going to click on. And there you can see how you can join the demo early access playtest, where they've got a Google form for you to fill out. This way it's linked to your Discord and everything. You're going to want to watch your DMs after you submit that Google form, because they're going to send you a Steam key once they have enough openings for it, where then there you go. Now you can sit there and play the demo, and hope you enjoy it. Hope you continue to keep thriving. And again, thank you very much for listening.